G'day mates! In today's video, I want to kick off talking about the massive update that dropped last night, almost completely destroying Tilted Towers and making huge changes to the shotgun meta mid-FNCS. We have the striker pump shotgun being buffed, and we have the drum shotgun kind of being buffed, kind of being nerfed. Also, it's mid-FNCS. We have a whole bunch of teams qualifying, but a few players missing out and some huge team swaps. We had Tayson and Thomas HD split up the day before FNCS, and this was not impression farm. This was not fake. It was very real. I'll talk about all the new teams and how they're looking. It's an absolute stack of a video. Let's just jump into it. Let's kick off with the biggest change this update. Tilted Towers getting almost completely destroyed. Yes, you heard that right. If you have not logged into the game, Tilted Towers is almost completely gone. And this one caught me off guard because we normally know when stuff like this is coming. Like we know when there's major map changes coming up or big updates. We knew there was an update, and I was gonna film my video last night talking about all the FNCS stuff, but I was like, you know what, there's an update. I'll wait and wake up in the morning and then record it in case maybe a blimp has gone down at Rocky. I did not think I was gonna wake up to Tilted Towers being a wasteland. This is during FNCS as well. We have not seen a major map change like this during an FNCS for a really, really long time. And yes, it's towards the start of FNCS, which is better than, you know, during semifinals or grand finals. But after seeing this, and now the theme of this season being the war theme, I'm actually kind of expecting this to happen to other major POIs throughout FNCS. Like, could we just see Command Cavern completely just obliterated? And that's like where 8 teams have been dropping. Like 3 to 4 teams have been dropping Tilted every single week. And we have some of the big names too. Edgy and Acorn, the favorites on NA East. We have Benjy and Savage on EU. We also have Nut and Ocus. Like, we have big teams going here. Jack's going here in Tilted as well. Like, the 3 teams here on NA East are 3 teams that could win FNCS. Like, I mean, I don't even know what to say. I'm happy we're getting map change that keeps things fresh and exciting, but this is going to have a huge impact on competitive and especially the teams and players that are dropping here. Also, there have been rumors that all the IO cars are going to be vaulted in the next update on the 17th, which is in 2 weeks, which is smack bang in the middle of FNCS around semifinals. All the cars will be taken out, so people are going to qualify to semifinals using a strategy that then won't be in semifinals. But this one I don't have on as good authority. I'm just hearing rumors around the grapevine. I'm guessing there's some teasers and leaks here and there to piece together, but this one is very much real. Tilted is gone. Next huge part, we have the shotguns being buffed and nerfed. It looks like across the board it was a buff for shotguns, but there have been some adjustments. So let me read through it all and let me explain it as we go, because this is a fair few changes. Some of the most changes the most changes we've seen to shotguns since chapter 3 started. So Epic said shotguns rebalanced. In version 20.30, all shotguns have undergone a damage balance update. These changes will increase the damage for most shots, including headshots. All shotguns have also been given a max damage cap, affecting how much maximum damage a single shot can deal. So, specific changes to shotguns available in Fortnite Battle Royale and Zero Build. Minimum pellet hit count increased from 3 to 4 for the striker pump, auto shotgun, and drum shotgun. That means the minimum amount of damage you can do if you hit a few shots is going to be increased. So if you whiff your shot, you're now going to do a bit more damage, which it is what it is. I'm happy for the shotguns to do a bit more damage, especially on the low end instead of hitting for 20s. I understand that, but what I mostly care about is when you hit your shot. I want to blow someone away. It's a shotgun. If I hit every pellet to the brain, I should be out damaging an SMG. They said striker pump shotgun and auto shotgun pellet damage and headshot damage increased. It's exactly what I was asking for. So striker pump and auto shotgun, if you hit your pellets, especially if you do headshot, you're gonna do more damage. A fantastic change. I don't know why Epic has been decreasing headshot multipliers so much. Like, I get it because players are getting really good. The time to kill is way too fast, but you should be rewarding players who can hit consistent headshots with a shotgun. Like, that's just a no-brainer. They keep reducing the headshot damage multipliers on a lot of things, including shotguns, so you hit like a consistent 80 to 100 with most of your shots, but you can't do that massive damage shot which shotguns are meant to be used for. Now, Ranger shotgun and drum shotgun headshot damage greatly increased. That's a scary one, having the drum shotgun damage increased in any way, but no change to base pellet damage. So it means the drum shotgun, but I mean, the drum shotgun always hit for like 15, 20s a lot if you missed your shots. So that wasn't really the thing that was the issue with it, was, oh, we needed to not do any more base damage. It was, I mean, increased headshot damage on drum shotgun. That one confuses me a bit, but they did say drum shotgun damage fall off adjusted, shortening effective range. That is a big change. The drum shotgun, while being meant to be used like in the box, just obviously point blank, it was being picked up more and more in competitive because it still was really insane, like 2 or 3 boxes away, especially if you ADS'd it. This shotgun, more than any other shotgun, gets a huge damage range buff when you ADS it. All shotguns, when you ADS them, it decreases the pellet spread, so obviously it's going to do better across a bigger range, but the drum shotgun just felt insane at that. So I'm very happy they've nerfed the range of it. I just don't think they needed to buff its headshot damage close range though. The drum shotgun does more than enough damage when you're close range in the box. It is now being used more than the striker pump shotgun in competitive. So I don't know how this change is going to affect things. I'm going to have to play the game more. I'm going to be honest. I've only played the game a little bit with these updates, not enough to give a full update on my opinion. Also, if you guys are wondering which shotgun you should be carrying, which one's now the best, I will try to get a video out on that in the next few days, but I really need to play around with them first. I'm not going to try and get that out with only an hour of playing the game, testing them out, but I'm happy to see shotguns being adjusted, especially buffed. The striker pump buff sounds amazing. I just really don't think the drum shotgun should have been included in that. I think they should have just nerfed the range, maybe even nerfed its damage close range a little bit more, and it could have been in a sweeter spot. But again, we'll have to play around and try out to see how they go. Just to make sure we're clear on that as well, in the update, we have lightsabers coming back for May the 4th. Again, May the 4th be with you if you've ever seen that one as well. There's a new Star Wars quest, and there will be lightsabers and the E11 blaster rifles. These are not in competitive, don't worry, these are only in pubs. Also, there is now funding stations for the choppers. They are not going to be in competitive, so helicopters are not coming back to comp, but there will be lightsabers, the blaster rifles, and helicopters in pubs. I thought I'd include that. Not in competitive, don't stress. The last big change was a little bug fix at the very bottom of the update notes, so a lot of people might miss it, and I've already talked about this in a video a few days ago. Fixed an issue involving most 7 outpost vaults being unopenable, so you can now get into the 7 vaults again. So they've taken away loot from Tilted, but they've added a lot more loot in different areas around the map for more like shambles drops. You do need 2 people to open them, so it's really only applicable in duos, or if you can get an NPC, but most of these don't have NPCs spawning at them anymore, but it is good. They've added more loot to the map. They have now made more shambles drops a lot stronger, especially for duos. I like that. You're not going to have as many teams congested into the major strong POIs right now. Yes, you're not going to walk away with loot like Covert or like Tilted, but it's still really cool to see more of these split edge map drops. Without vehicles though, I mean, you do have the rifts to rotate, but overall, I think a great change having these opened up, especially in line with the fact that Tilted just got yeeted. Now let's move on to FNCS. We had qualifier 1 and we got a proper official look at what the actual duos are. Not what they're saying on Twitter, not the lies we've been given from the pros, as always, which ones are real. NA East, none of them were real. There was very few actual team changes on NA East. Do not stress about that at all. We still have Clicks and Day. Threats is not playing with Dukes. Just it was pretty much still normal on NA East. EU is where the big changes happened. And I didn't include this in last video because I had more of a suspicion it was true and I wanted to wait to see if they actually played together. The big one, Tayson and Thomas HD splitting up. Now, a lot of people have given their opinion on this one because apparently it was Thomas HD who chose to drop Tayson because Tayson contested him in a solo cash cup. You maybe saw the clip where he took him out with the revolver, but I don't really know exactly how much of that is true. A lot of the big pros who know these guys personally are commenting on it and weighing in, so it makes me want to say that is the reason Thomas dropped Tayson, which does blow my mind. I get it. Dropping on your teammate in a solo cash cup is a little bit strange, but the day before FNCS, a cash cup compared to an FNCS, playing with Tayson, the king of FNCS, especially on EU, it confuses me a bit, but hey, both the teams are looking really, really good. Thomas is now playing with Tripper, who he's played with in the past. They qualified easily in round 1. We now have Tayson back with Chapix. If you guys don't remember, last time Chapix played with Tayson, they won an FNCS. They're a very, very good team. They also qualified easily. We have Indreda now playing with Kiku is one of the changes we've seen. And we have Z Andy, who was now playing with Chapix, now playing with Joe. And then Phoenix, who was playing with Joe, now playing with Tiago. So we have a few new teams shuffled up. The big one's obviously going to be now Tayson, Chapix, Thomas, Tripper. A lot of people saying that Tayson is upgraded here. Thomas is obviously an absolute god at Fortnite. Tayson and Thomas have been doing well this season, but they have been 50-50ing Aqua and Vino and losing more than they win. So this honestly could be a good thing for Tayson. Tayson being dropped by Thomas. He didn't end up with a terrible teammate. He's already got chemistry with Chapix. They've played together. I'm excited to see how these new duos go, but I wanted to inform you that the team swaps on EU are very much real. The team swaps on NA are very much not real. As far as what I usually do with which big teams missed out, we didn't see that many, mostly because on NA East and NA West especially, qualification was really easy. We actually haven't seen that many people playing this FNCS so far, and a lot of people asking me my opinion on that. What do you think it is, Aussie? Is Fortnite dying? Is competitive dying? The meta's so terrible. Everyone getting really doom and gloom negative. I want to just wait until Qualifier 2, which is taking place on the weekend, because I'm not saying that it taking place on a Monday is having like tens of thousands of player effect, but to get a real gauge on how many people are playing this FNCS compared to last, I have to wait until Qualifier 2 to see how it plays out on a weekend. But because of that, since they made NA East, EU, and NA West top 2,000 teams qualify with the extra round, on NA East and NA West especially, it really wasn't that bad. NA East was around 70 points. On NA West, it was like 40. It really was not that hard for the big teams, so no one really missed out on NA and NA West. But EU was about 105. There was over 25,000 teams playing on EU, which is quite a lot. So it took it down to the very last game. Benji and Savage needed about 40 points to qualify in their very last game, and they managed to clutch up a 20+ kill win. It was super exciting. It felt like watching Mongol and Micho when they do their late queue strategies. They did make it exciting, but it is a bit scary. And the main reason I was going to say for their, I don't want to say failure because they qualified, but obviously you'd expect them usually to do way better. Tilted towers. I hate the fact that Benji and Savage, or almost anyone, drops tilted towers in the open qualifiers. It's just way too griefable. The loot isn't worth it. Kids just rat. They sit on the blimp, but that's not an issue anymore. Benji and Savage don't have tilted. I don't really know what their backup strategy is going to be. It's going to be interesting to see, but it came close for a lot of big teams at the very end as well. But we did have a few that actually missed out. The two biggest ones, Nebs and Kinzel. Obviously, Nebs has been under fire for not making out of Open's last FNCS, which surprised a lot of people. Now not making it out of round 1 of Qualifier 1. It is upsetting, especially when they make it to finals. They do well. They have placed top 10 in a Duo Cash Cup this season. They know they can dominate the set lobbies. They've just got to get there. We're also missing out on Link and Default as well. And of the new teams I talked about just before, Phoenix and Tiago didn't have a great start to them being a newly formed team. They didn't make it out of round 1 either. But don't worry. Remember, this is qualifier 1 of 3. Fortnite has added an extra qualifier this season, so they have 2 more chances to make it through round 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's not all over to them just yet. I will be making more videos over the next few days when round 2 and 3 happen, where I'll talk about who made it and who didn't make it. But for now, in all the major regions at least, it was pretty easy to make it. We also got the incredibly exciting news yesterday that Dignitas legendary EU org is making its way into Fortnite, signing Mero, P-God, and Dukes. This is very big for Fortnite. Anytime a big org comes along who takes care of their players, has built a solid reputation in different esports, makes their way into Fortnite and sees value in investing into Fortnite players, it makes me so happy. And that's exactly what happened. A lot of people, a lot of you guys watching, maybe don't know too much about Dignitas. Dignitas is a very reputable org, having some of the best teams in Counter-Strike, League of Legends, Rocket League, I think maybe even Valorant. Just big org that is well established, that is now making its way into Fortnite and picking up 3 really good players, especially Mero. Mero is never going to be a free agent for long, but I always say this, when you're as big as Mero, when you win as much as Mero, you have a reputation like Mero, there's only a few orgs that can actually afford you, and having a new one show up like Dignitas is really good for the scene. It just puts more money into the ecosystem. It means that more people with money who have built orgs in other esports see value in Fortnite. That is huge. So really excited to see them join. I'm not sure if they're going to make any other signs for any other players. I would imagine Dignitas could maybe look to sign some EU players. I mean, Dignitas Queasy sounds kind of cool. It's all I'm saying. There's some big EU players that are still free agents who I'd love to get picked up by a legendary EU org. Alright guys, that does it for another video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please chuck a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one.